it's Julie Clark with Seattle Investors Club coming at you with a tip of the day. Today's tip is going to be the first 10 questions that you should ask on multifamily deals. So when you're talking to sellers of apartment buildings, whether that's duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes, or 10 units, 20 units, 100 units, these are the first 10 questions that you should ask those sellers. All right, here we go. I'm going to use my cheat sheet here. Number one, of course, how much are you collecting in rents every month? That's an important question because the value of apartment buildings and multifamily properties is based off the income stream, not off necessarily sold comps. So the very first question you want to ask is, hey, can you verify how much you're collecting in rents every month? Number two, you want to confirm what we call the unit mix. That means how many of each unit type do you have on your property? Do you have studio, a one bedroom, and two bedrooms? And we got to clarify the number of bedrooms. So is that a studio, a one bedroom, one bath, a two bedroom, one bath, or a two bedroom, two bath, and so on? How many of each type is the question. Number three, are your tenants on month-to-month leases or are they on longer-term leases? That's a super important question because that will tell you when you're going to get access to upgrade those units or when you're going to have the opportunity to raise the rents. It's a very important question for underwriting. Number four, do the tenants pay their own utilities? Do they pay their own water bill? Regardless if the building is sub-metered or not, there is what we call RUBS, which is a utility bill back program that can be used. So if, for example, in the Seattle market or up in our area here, it's very, very common for the tenants to pay all their own utilities. Some of the mismanaged or older or old school mom and pop owners sometimes don't even collect for that. That can add up to just an immediate $25 to $50 a month, depending on the size of the units that you can add if you start billing that back to the tenants, which that alone might make it worth buying that deal. Usually not. Usually needs to be a little more to it, but that's a good free 25 to 50 bucks, we'll say, if that submarket, if other buildings in the area are also charging back for utilities. So that was number four. Number five, easy, obvious question. Have you made any upgrades to the units or any upgrades to the building? We want to know that, obviously, because we want to budget for any improvements. And most investors like to buy what we call value add apartment buildings. That means that they're going to go in just like you would flip a house or renovate a house, and you're going to make some improvements and be able to raise the rents and then get a new appraisal and refinance and pull all your money out or sell the building, whatever you want to do. But number five was, what upgrades have you made to the units and or to the building? What repairs need to be made? Number six, do you think that the rents, Mr. Seller, are the rents at full market rent? That means, are you charging the current going rate or are you giving the tenants that live there a discount for some reason or just not asking them to pay full market rent? A lot of times the sellers will tell you, oh, I'm collecting $900 a month, but the market rents are more like $1,200. That's really good information, at least for you to do a quick insight and a quick filter on if there's room. If they say now they're at full market rents, then you know that your underwriting process might change a little bit. Important question is, what is the parking situation? Are there garages? Do the tenants each get a garage parking space? Are there carports? Are there just outside parking spaces? Are those assigned, or is there just street parking? Parking is very important when it comes to both apartment buildings and commercial buildings, retail buildings, or any type of commercial real estate. So understanding the parking, because you can actually charge. You can charge like maybe 75 bucks a month for garage parking. Maybe you want to charge, you could charge, I don't know, let's call it 25 or 15 bucks a month for carport parking. And street parking, you're probably not going to charge anything, obviously. So there's some extra other income, as we call it, that you might be able to charge right out the gate, depending on what the other landlords in the area are doing. Maybe you just have a mom and pop owner that just keeps the building full and doesn't really try to push anything, and you might have some upside there without spending any money on the units to upgrade them. Major tips. Let's see. I always ask, would you consider seller financing or carrying a contract on the sale? I always say it's not necessary, but I always ask because you, Mr. Seller, you might want to continue to get cash flow off this building without having to worry about any of the management that comes along with it. And a way to do that is maybe for you to act like the bank and carry a contract on the sale. I'm still interested either way, is what I say. Just asking the question because I always ask. There it's kind of, simple and subtle. I don't know if it's subtle, but it's less in their face when you kind of state it that way. Like, you don't need it, but you ask anyways. Number 9, I guess I'm duplicating here. So are there any upgrades to the unit? I kind of doubled up back there, but any upgrades to the units, of course, if that is, what are those? I mean, everybody's definition of what's upgraded, that could mean they painted and put carpet into it. To me, that's turnover costs, right? Those aren't upgrades. If they have upgraded the kitchens and bathrooms or added washer and dryers to the unit, that would be true upgrades, I guess I would say. And since I duplicated a little earlier and screwed things up, I'm going to give you another number 9. Number 9A, you can ask them, are there washers and dryers in the units, or is there just a laundry room? What's the laundry situation? We'll call that 9A. I screwed up, basically, is what I'm saying. So you guys get a little extra bonus here. Number 10, the last question. When do you want to sell? What's the situation? Are you looking to sell soon? Are you doing any type of exchange? Do you want to do a 1031 exchange? Maybe if you're smart, and maybe if you're a broker investor or awesome wholesaler and you have other multifamily buildings, or you have a network of people that do, maybe they want to do an exchange and you can help them sell and buy and get a double whammy out of this. So always ask that kind of question. What's your timing? And then ask them, what are you looking to get for the building? Always ask. And let's see what price they say. And when they say that, after they tell you a price, if they do, then you can say, well, if I made you, an offer that had no commissions or anything, do you have any flexibility on that price? And see what they say. Just ask. If they don't want to give you an answer, move on. But you should always ask that question. So that's it. I've been getting a lot of people interested in multifamily investing lately, asking me a lot of questions. So hopefully this helps you guys out. You can ask this. Doesn't matter what size the building is. These questions can apply to every single one of these buildings. And some little bonus questions might be, do you manage it yourself or do you use a property management company? A lot of the buildings you're going to want to buy probably are self-managed. So you can decide for yourself whether you want to add a property management fee in your own underwriting or not. But if you need any help at all, no matter where you are, if you're in Seattle or anywhere in Washington, or if you're out of state listening to this, and you need some help and some guidance, some hand-holding on how to crunch the numbers on any deal that you're looking at, whether that's multifamily or even single family, give me a call. I got your back, or simply email me is better, julie@seattleinvestorsclub.com. So that's it. That's the top first 10 questions to ask a seller on multifamily deals. Hopefully that sets you guys up. You guys don't have to have all the answers. Once you get the answers to those questions right there, you just call me or you contact me or anybody else in your local real estate investment club, and they're going to be able to talk you through it. That's just some great intel. It'll make you look like you know what you're talking about. If they ask you something back, just say, you know what, I'm not sure, I'm just gathering information and I need to talk to my partner. Okay, whether you have a partner or not, I'll be your partner. There you go. That's right. So thanks for listening, and if you want to get some more tips, hit the subscribe button somewhere down there. I don't know where it's at, down below. Maybe it's right there. But and I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon. Good luck. Bye.